Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to look at some metaverse and NFT tokens with Toby, one of my good mates from Crypto Tips. I'll leave his link in the description down below if you guys are interested. The main reason why we're coming on today to chat, we're seeing a dip in the market. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum is down. A lot of these altcoins are down as well. And metaverse was all of the rage just a week ago. We were laughing just before we jumped on. And now you don't hear anyone talk about it. So this might not get all the views, it might not get all of the attention, but people were looking at this stuff when they were hot, and now these things are dropped. If you like the content, you know what to do: like, share, subscribe. Toby's details in the description. Toby, thanks again for jumping on board and sharing your wisdom with the metaverse. Let's crack on with your top. I think we're going 3 and then a few bonuses.
First off, thanks for having me on. I've been talking about the metaverse for quite a while now, especially on our show at Crypto Tips. And one of the coins that I am very interested in is Enjin. It is a gaming token, and they actually spent about $100 million to expand into their gaming section into the metaverse.
Yeah.
The whole gaming industry around the world there's about 2.7 billion people in the world that are into gaming. And that equates to about $200 billion a year, especially in 2021. Everything is going to be thrown into the digital realm, in my opinion, especially with gaming and virtual reality and augmented reality. So they did spend $100 million for a fund. And one of those tokens in the fund is called Efinity. And, they are dealing with immersive reality or immersive entertainment, virtual events, esports, augmented reality. So they're totally into the metaverse. And I see more and more people wanting to dive into this, especially, with the state of the world. I've been saying this for a long time.
Well, yeah, what's your view on that? And it's funny that you bring up Affinity, because this is one of the tokens that I was looking at and mentioned to the Patreon guys, just because I saw it starting to break out. And I knew Enjin was working with them. I think it was also on like the Polkadot network as well.
Yep.
There was a connection here to a lot of the buzzwords. So you've mentioned it to me before, but your outlook on the future and why this stuff is so big right now.
Well, okay. I mean, there's a movie called Ready Player One, and it's sad. It's kind of depressing a little bit, because it's essentially the world's gone to crap and people are wanting to escape reality. So they put on their little headsets and they go into their universe, metaverse essentially. And, they have all these, everybody's wearing their eyepieces, and they're creating their own character. So they are inside the video game that they're playing. So people, want to have their lives that are being regulated on a daily basis, with more and more regulations that are going to be coming around, which they will, and more lockdowns. People are going to want to escape. So they're going to want to take what they have. So for instance, their dogs, their cats, their wife or whatever. And they're all going to, a lot of people unfortunately are going to want to go escape into the digital realm and to live their life that way, because then they can create a more free environment, essentially free. And you can already see it happening, especially with 0.7 billion people involved in this. And so Enjin is kind of where I see this heading. Also, not only just Enjin, but also there's another coin called OVR. And so what OVR does is it's paying people to go ahead and scan different things around the world. So for instance, the Parthenon in Greece or whatever. So they'll scan it on their phone, and they will get paid in OVR tokens. And with those OVR tokens, after they've scanned like the Parthenon or whatever, they can go ahead and buy land in OVR.
They get the OVR token as a reward for working for this sort of metaverse, and then they can go and buy land in the metaverse, and I assume it will go up in value if there is the demand for more people coming into this space.
Crazy.
So that's pretty cool. Like, this project is actually creating a demand and a use case.
Essentially, they're creating a 3D land, like kind of like Google Earth, whereas this is going to be on the blockchain. So it'll be the first virtual 3D of the Earth. And so then they can create more of an environment so that you can actually go into. And so, for instance, there's like plots of land that you can go ahead and buy with OVR tokens. They're these little hexagons that you can go and scour the Earth. And it's kind of fun because you can kind of get creative and see where people might want to go in the metaverse, like on Earth. So, for instance, I've been buying land in Las Vegas. It's going to be difficult though, because you're not going to know which ones are going to be successful. So it's good to not go all into a coin, like OVR or Decentraland or whatever, because you don't know which one's going to last in the future. So put a little bit. What I've done is I've put a little bit in each kind of every coin, and to see what happens. So it's good to stay on top of this space, because it's like you said, it's constantly changing. It like metaverse is going lower in the search rankings right now, but that's the time that you want to probably go ahead and pick up some cheaper coins, instead of buying when the price is really high. Buy low, sell high. So with Enjin, you have 450,000 views, people searching or going in using Enjin. It's gone to like over 660,000 since October. And so, these big money sees value in this.
This one's been around a long time. The Affinity crowd loan is live, and you can sort of start to see some of the players which are taking that lead. We don't know if they're going to win yet, but they're at least taking that lead, similar to what we saw with Ethereum through the 2017 bull market, and then obviously this current bull market. The interesting thing with Enjin is it was around, I think it was 2018 or maybe even 2017, and it's actually done well this time round as well, which is very rare in crypto for a project to last 2 bull markets.
Yeah.
Very rare. You can't really think of anything apart from, Ethereum. I wouldn't even call Litecoin. Litecoin's just absolutely died off, but the dollar value still maintains. It just dies against Bitcoin and Ethereum value. But moving on to, Metaverse and NFT projects, I brought that up just because we still don't know who's going to win, but there are some early signs here with these sort of projects that are leading. 2 more in the space that you wanted to share?
If you hear something and you're like, that is ridiculous, I wouldn't ever touch that. Don't do that, because this crypto and, like for instance, NFT paper clips and NFT pet rocks, you may have thought that was ridiculous, but you could have retired off that. So, you know what I mean? So don't write this stuff off right away. So what MetaHero is you walk into this place and it's got cameras all around you, and it literally scans every aspect of your body. And you may think, why would you want to do that? You know what I mean? So what you can do, like the way they're presenting it is, so say for instance, shopping. So they have an exact replica of you on augmented reality. So you can go like try on clothes, see how you look, and then your clothes fit perfectly. You can have a manufacturer, make a completely fitted suit or whatever. You can also do, it's good for doctors and for medical procedures, like, hey, this is what we're going to do. You can scan, say, your favorite pet or whatever, and you put them in the metaverse. So you can scan every little aspect of it, except its personality, of course. And then, put it in there, or your handbag or whatever, and sell it as an NFT. So this is kind of where this space is heading. And this is just
whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not, the space is heading that way. I just wanted to sort of give a disclaimer there, because it's kind of a contentious issue as well. Do we really want to be in this digital world just sitting in our rooms?
Weird.
But it's just investing at this point in time. We've got to take that emotion out of it.
Yeah. I love the outdoors too much. I would never spend my life as like Ready Player One has portrayed life is going to be like. But yeah, for a lot of people, this is going to be life, but it's also going to lead into more people having jobs for like overseas. So for instance, like the Philippines, like they're really big into gaming, and people hire them to play games to get coins, like tokens from other crypto projects. And, there's an income there. So they build teams and stuff. They can get prizes for winning, like killing a boss or whatever.
Yeah.
And then selling that. I see this is definitely catching on. There's nothing that's going to stop it. So you might as well profit from it.
Talking about profit price, Meta Hero looks like it's sort of trending sideways at the moment, also against its Ethereum value, sitting at a 500 million market cap, so $500 million. Not too crazy, I guess, for what we've seen with metaverse projects, but still, up there around that 500. Had a nice 11% down at the moment as we're recording, and was on PancakeSwap, KuCoin, Gate.io. We're not pumping small bags here, and the smallest stuff that I've seen is probably EFI out of that lot there.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned earlier on, Aavegotchi is still around that 140 million market cap.
For sure.
Thanks very much, mate. I reckon that's a good place to wrap up some of the NFT metaverse projects, because you do a lot of research on this in your spare time between getting sets out there and the big waves behind you over there in Portugal. I'll have Toby back on the channel again. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and check out Toby's channel Crypto Tips. Link is in the description down below. Mate, thank you once again.